Are you a noun or a verb? When you ask yourself, who am I? Have you ever wondered who's asking the question? Do you have a soul? What makes you joyful? Do you have a life purpose? Who are you? I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
And now just close your eyes, put your attention on your heart, and I'm just going to shoot questions to you and just say whatever comes naturally. And if nothing comes, say, I don't know, okay? Who are you?
I am a being made of energy that is filled with love.
Beautiful. What do you want?
I want to be happy. And I want to be healthy for as long as possible.
What's your life purpose?
My purpose is to inspire and entertain in a positive way and to share.
So is that going to be your contribution to the world?
One of many, or yes, I want to contribute a lot. I'm very ambitious and I dream big.
What are your unique skills and talents?
That's a very good question. I used to think that my skill was creativity or to be able to write. And I realized only recently that that was just a way that I was channeling a greater skill or a greater talent. And to me, that skill or talent is actually one that I think we all have, but I've realized that I have an ability to tap in to this energy stream. And I call it an energy stream, but some people might call it inspiration or creativity, God, love, light, chi, whatever. But I think I have this ability, I feel I have this ability to tap in a very powerful way.
What would be the most ideal, meaningful relationship to you? What would that mean?
The relationship that I will have in the future with my children.
That's beautiful. Do you have any heroes in history, mythology, religion?
My three heroes, they're without judgment. My three heroes are Oprah Winfrey, Madonna, and Angelina Jolie.
Very good.
For different reasons.
Yes.
You know, I love Oprah because to me, her intention and her heart is so pure. I believe wholeheartedly, she genuinely wants to make the world a better place. And that is more important to her than ratings or money or anything like that.
I agree.
And Madonna and Angelina Jolie, I love for so many reasons. You know, I love Madonna because I love her music.
Yes.
I can't remember a world without Madonna. And I love Angelina Jolie because she's a great mother and a great humanitarian. And I love that both Madonna and Angelina Jolie had very colorful pasts. In the past, a lot of people thought very negatively of them. But both of them were able to find something that changed their lives. And they found happiness, and now they both want to share that with the world while still being them and creating good in this world.
Do you believe in God? Who is he or she to you?
I believe that people all over the world believe different things. I believe that we're all talking about the same thing. And it's my hope that as time goes on, more people understand that we're all more similar than we think, and that whatever specific religion they may have been raised with, everybody, or a lot of people, it's all the same. It's just different interpretations of the same. I'm interpreting it as energy, but somebody else, 2,000 years ago when they wrote the Bible, they interpreted it that way.
Yeah, I agree.
But I hope that people don't use religion as time goes by as a way to discriminate or hate or be violent towards other people. But do I believe? Yes. And I believe in something very powerful and bigger than us, absolutely.
Infinite energy, infinite
I look at it as energy, yeah.
Do you have a soul? If so, where is it?
I do have a soul.
Where is it?
It's inside of me. I mean, I was saying this to a friend the other day. It's inside of me, it's outside of me, it's everywhere.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Do you think about death? What does it mean to you?
I used to think about death a lot because I've had a lot of death in my life. My dad passed away when I was 15, and my grandfather passed away the same week. So it was pretty traumatic. And for the longest time, I almost didn't deal with it. I pretended it didn't exist. I would watch a lot of television and eat. And then I went through a point where I was very depressed in my 20s. And it was the only time I ever experienced real clinical depression. I think it was situational depression. Sure. I was at a job that I hated, and every day I would think of suicide. Every day. Really? Today I'm gonna slit my wrists. Today, I mean, normally I'm like this. I'm a very happy person, but I was not back then. And I felt like I was stuck in this rut where I had tunnel vision, and all I could see was darkness, and there was no light at the end of the tunnel, and it was awful and scary. But I say that because the reason I was in that place is because I didn't listen to my instincts. I didn't listen to my gut. And I knew right away that that job that was poisoning me, I knew right away it was toxic for me. But I was paralyzed by fear to quit because, oh, I'm making too much money and I don't have time to find another job. But if you avoid doing what you know you should, or if you avoid listening to the universe long enough, eventually, like Oprah said in the last episode of the Oprah Show, the universe is going to smack you outside the head. Right. And it did by putting me in this real funk and depression where I would sit in the tub, in the shower with the water running down me for an hour. Thankfully, I got fired from that job. And at the time, I thought it was awful, but it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Because had I not been fired from that job, I may not be where I am at today. Because after I got fired from that job, I was already doing my website. But then I was able to slowly get my head in a healthy place and collect unemployment and not have to worry about finding another job. So thanks to that unemployment check and thanks to getting fired, I was able to do my website full time. And the fact that I started to do it full time probably was one of the things that really helped it get noticed and stand out from all the rest.
You know, what you've just described is the perfect metaphor for death and resurrection, because that situation died and then you resurrected yourself and found this creative opportunity. That's the meaning of death. It's letting go of the past and creating something totally new.
Yeah.
When you ask yourself, who am I? Have you ever wondered who's asking the question?
I'm asking the question. But who am I?
Who's that I?
But who am I changes daily, actually. You know, I've been meditating and I ask myself that question every day. And it's not always the same answer. Who's asking the question it's me, but having an awareness that I'm constantly changing and that change is a good thing. And also I think it's important to not be too rigid with your thoughts, like this is who I am or this is how I do things. Because when you start to be more open, it infinitely explodes the possibilities.
Yeah. You know, they say that the origin of all philosophy is the question, who am I? Socrates, that was his prime teaching. Ramana Maharishi would always say, who am I? And then, who's the I that asks, who am I? Alan Watts, one of my heroes, used to say, who's the I that knows that it knows that it knows? So, next question. Is the universe a noun or a verb? You know, the difference.
It's a noun.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a noun.
It's actually an activity, so to me it's a verb.
We're universing?
Because we're universing is right, because the universe is transforming. And that's the next question. Is Perez Hilton a noun or a verb?
Well, if I'm looking at it that way, he's a verb.
That's it. And the verb has a never-ending horizon. Because when you get there, there'll be something
I'm Perezing.
else. You're Perezing. Well, thanks.